Ah, there we go. Now we're live and living color. Eek, and I'm ugly. Yeah, there's somebody watching. I don't know who you are, but howdy. uh, let's see. I just got a message over here.
What's going on in there? I see you.
Yeah, oh, I see you too. What's going on, buddy?
What's happening? They're coming over. RL's shutting it down.
I think.
This is actually the first time I ever joined a chat like this. Usually I get an email, go through the link and all that stuff. Never.
How did it work? I've never done it before. Yeah, that was the
It
first.
worked. It worked fine. It actually, when I get a link to it, a lot of times I have to copy and paste the link into um, Safari. But this, I went into Hangouts and I clicked the call, and then I just hit like the little phone icon or whatever, and it took me in. So I mean, it's not like it was. I mean, it was a little faster. I guess I didn't have to copy and paste, but yeah, it worked fine.
Oh, well, good. I'll just do that next time then.
Yeah, yeah. I've had people do it, like give invite me, but I've never actually accepted because I've been at work or something.
Yes, Alan, you probably should be in bed. But since you're up, do you want a link? What's going on, Tardot? I mean, I'd be more than happy to send Jan a link if he wants one. What do you think, Midnight? Do you think we should let him come in?
No, he's got that buttery smooth voice. He's going to make us sound like idiots.
Well, we're going to sound like idiots either way.
That's probably right.
So, you sound like a Yankee idiot, and I sound like a Southern idiot. So,
I'll allow it.
yeah. So,
On RL's out there, rapping and stuff.
no. Well, you're not going to get any rapping from me, I promise.
Mm-hmm.
That's just not going to happen. I bet you're pretty good at that, though, aren't you?
No, not so much.
Huh.
I
Gary,
am.
I sent you a link if you want to come in here, buddy.
I've done a lot. I've done some karaoke in my day, but I've never done. I've never rapped. Nope, that's not me.
No, it ain't me either. I try to avoid that.
I did some rapping around Christmas, but
Oh, I did that. Yeah, I rapped like a son of a bitch around Christmas.
Well,
I was
let's
up.
see if we can't get Mr. Alan B. Pro in here. There we go. Invitation sent.
Guess I'll hook my. Let me hook my little hoopa droop up here. My little
Mr.
tripod up.
This is 2 nights in a row I've done this.
Yeah, well, I've never gone live 2 nights in a row either.
You people are a bad influence on me.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
Yeah.
What the hell else are you gonna do, man? This is like free entertainment, That's what it's all about.
Wait a minute. We don't get paid for this? Crap.
No, I sure as hell not.
Well,
Not from YouTube, anyhow.
Just think of all the pearls of wisdom you get from us, man.
Hell yeah.
Pearls.
Hold on. I'm thinking.
I can smell the smoke all the way over here.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the rubber is definitely burning here. The gears are grinding. You always got to make things hard, Jan. God.
All right, now I got the chat up. West Philadelphia, born and raised on a playground is where I spent most of my days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing off, cooling off, shooting some b-ball outside of the school. When a couple of guys, they were up to no good. Started making trouble in the neighborhood. I got in one little fight. My mom got scared. She said, "You're going with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air."
Oh, my God.
Tardot started that one.
Music, what?
You are not.
Tardot says, when am I going to have Mia take your show over? I actually I offered tonight for her to switch spots so she could get on and practice a little bit. But
You know,
she
why
wants
don't you
to.
send her a link? She can come in here. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, she's up there with the little dude. She's upstairs with little man.
Well, if I had the choice
offered.
between down there with you or up there with him, I'd probably be up there with him too.
If she's there, she's listening. She wants to come downstairs. She can just take my headset and switch off. That's fine. She can sit here.
And you know what? I tell you what would be really entertaining if she like kicked you in the nuts and then just took it. That would be great.
I'll take what I can get, man.
Hey, Midnight.
Hey, Gary.
You sure you trust her alone with Ellis?
Yeah.
What the hell was that supposed to mean?
She'd beat Ellis's ass. They'd find him in a dumpster somewhere.
Hey. The only time I go in a dumpster is when I'm diving.
Oh, okay, that's much better.
I did at least 6 months.
I'd said it in RL's chat. I wanted to mention it in mine. I know I don't have a ton of people listening, but if I don't know if it's on your computer, you can do it too. But I know on my phone, like a week or two ago, YouTube started doing 2 different modes for chat, live mode, and then basically it's supposed to cut out spam. So if you click it to whatever isn't, there's one that's live and there's one that's something else. But you know what? I'm on my tablet right now and it doesn't give me that option. That's really weird. Whatever. If it's supposed to cut out spam, but Patriot was trying to put a phone number up for his state rep's office or something the other day, and it wouldn't show because it thought it was spam. So,
it's Google, dude, which
it's
means
stupid. Yeah. So if you're on a mobile and you see an option over there on the left-hand side above the chat that says live chat or something or else chat, switch it to live so that way, just in case you don't miss something, you know.
Hey, RL, long time no see, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
All these names look familiar. I think I've seen them before.
Yep.
Real recently.
The usual lineup of suspects.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I never get. One of these days, I'm actually going to see some new faces. One of these days.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of new faces. We had a new face in the chat tonight. That was pretty cool. New guy.
Okay. Well, see, I've got to do something. Hey, Alan, how you doing, buddy? I didn't see you come in.
I'm doing pretty damn good. Other than I really should be in bed, but I just couldn't resist coming in here and witnessing the shit show for myself.
Oh, it's going to be a shit show. It's definitely going to be a shit show. This late at night, you can count on it. And I'm not promising you that it's going to be like rated R. It's going X probably. This is going to get rough.
Now, where's John Z at?
Well, he said I sent him an invite, and he said he's got people in his house sleeping, so he couldn't come.
Bullshit.
Okay.
Sounds like bullshit to me.
Yep. Okay. Ariel, I've seen you in there, buddy. See, I got kind of jealous there watching you play with all your ARs. So I have decided that since you played with yours on screen, I'm going to play with mine on screen too. So
wait. You said you're talking about guns?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Goddamn. You scared me.
I've got one of those too.
This is actually a 7.62. Gone in the morning.
Yeah.
Gun on the screen. No.
Yeah. This is actually my 7.62 by 39.
I'll tell you what. I like the idea of that 7.62 by 39 AR.
And let me ask you a question there, Outlaw. Is that firearm loaded?
Yes, it is.
Thank you. I feel safe. I feel safe. Thank you.
Huh?
I feel safe. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. This one is loaded. Fingers off the trigger. I can unload it real quick if I need to.
Desktop.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right. There's nothing in the There's nothing in the chamber. So.
Oh well, I don't feel that safe then.
This one doesn't make you feel safe.
All right, there's gun porn. Who's next? Who's got the next gun porn?
Okay. How about this one? Does this one make you feel safe?
No, because it's flat top. That's goofy.
Hey. Okay. I can use these, you know. I know how.
There you go.
Ooh, Gary got the. Was that the Smith?
So
Oh, that's a Taurus, right?
that's a Taurus.
And yes, it is loaded.
So does this one make you feel safe, Alan?
I don't know. Is it loaded?
No, this one's not loaded at all, actually.
Oh, if it's not loaded, then I don't feel safe at all.
Oh, damn. Well, I'm 1 for 1 here.
All right, go ahead, Alan. It's your turn.
Hold
Gun
on, I'm
porn.
not finished.
Oh, Jesus, Gary's being an overachiever.
Gun show.
Okay, how about this one?
Oh, okay. Hey, Alice, while you got that out, does that have? That's a 590 A1, right?
Yes, sir. Bayonet
Is that-
plug included.
I was just gonna say, does that have the bayonet lug? That's awesome.
Hey, RL wants a link.
Send him one.
All right.
But how about this one, John or Alan? Does this one make you feel safe?
Is it loaded?
It is now.
Yes, then I feel safe. I too am rocking the shotgun. I was riding shotgun tonight on the foreign and domestic. Got the 870, and as always, there's one in the chamber.
There you go. There you go. So we are all armed and semi-dangerous tonight, right?
All right. So what should I get out? What do you guys want to see? You want to see?
If you have to get it out, then you're not safe.
Well, I got the AR sitting right beside me, but I mean, I showed that last night. I bought an AR, by the way. Jam.
Yeah, we seen.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations,
good.
congratulations.
Thank you.
That's real good to hear. I'm glad that you went that road.
So we got the AR over here, but the safe's only like 20 feet away. I can get. You want the AMD 65 or the 308, the Savage? The Savage is a nice piece. I'm real proud of that one too.
And for those of you who might be wondering, that 7.62 is actually a Wyndham, and I love it.
Wyndham's a good company. That was Bushmaster. That was the guy from Bushmaster, right?
Yep. Yeah. That was the original Bushmaster
Yeah.
before they went stupid.
No, it's not that I don't think they went stupid. I think they lost their corner of the market, you know? Everybody and their brothers
just went stupid.
Everybody and their brothers started making our AR parts, and they gave a shit less about brand names, you know?
Yeah. The 7.62 is a
Well, Gunpowder wants to see the Savage.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
this is my Savage.
Okay, get into the safe here. I gotta get the AK out of the way first here. This one I like. This is a cool toy. All right. Let's see here. Okay.
Did anybody ever send RL that link?
I
Yeah,
don't know.
I did.
So
Okay.
He said
Savage
he or two.
FCPSR 10-round detachable, right? AccuTrigger, AccuStock. VG6 muzzle brake. Okay. Bipod, which is nice. And this is a Vortex Viper 6.5 to 20 by 44 with bubble level. This is a beast.
That's a nice rifle, dude.
That's nice, right? And then I put just put a Quake Industries kind of a rubbery strap on it, which is nice. Kind of grabs a hold of your shoulder, you know what I mean? So when you're carrying it, because it's pretty heavy. It's got a lot of heft to it. Oh, and it's got put the sunshade on it, the Vortex sunshade.
You shot it yet?
Yep. Yeah. It's It's with factory ammo. It's half MOA, and that's without hand loads. I haven't hand loaded for it yet,
Damn.
but yeah, this thing will do the job, man. This is a nice rifle.
Sweet.
AWAG
I
has
like
a.
that muzzle brake, man. I like it a lot.
I'll tell you what. It's a company called VG6. They do a real. They do quite a few different ones. This is the Gamma. It's called the Gamma series. Get a little closer there.
That is nice, dude.
It's ported on the top, which is nice. And I'll tell you what, it's heavy. This is the fluted heavy barrel. It's a free floated fluted heavy. This thing's got some heft to it, and man, it's like shooting 223. It's got nothing. Check them out on eBay. The company's VG6. They do some really, really nice stuff. They have one that's called an Epsilon that they make for their ARs. It's like when you see them side by side with other, with other brakes, dude, they just get rid of all the kick. It's really nice. So there you go. There's some gun porn.
Alan, what kind of shotgun was that you had?
It's a Remington 870 tactical with some other furniture on it and
Nothing wrong with an 870.
An aluminum mag follower. Yep. Nothing too special about it, but it's mine. It was inexpensive and it shoots really well.
I was in a desperate situation. I was about to lose a certain sub if I didn't come up with a shotgun fairly quickly. He told me that we could no longer associate if I didn't come up with a shotgun, so I bought the 590.
Yeah, 590 is nice, man.
Yeah,
that's cool. I mean, if I hadn't gotten such a slamming deal on my Stevens, I would have went probably 590. Those are nice. Those are cool.
Well, now if I'm not mistaken, isn't Stevens owned by Savage?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same company.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I had a 30-30 that had both names on it. It was a nice shooting.
Savage Stevens. Yep.
Yeah. We my other shot. I have a 12 gauge that I hunted with when I was a kid. That's a Stevens. God, that's a 70. I think it's a 77B. That's from like the early 60s. It's pre-serial number. There's no serial number on it. It's pretty neat. That's an old one. But that's what I hunted with when I hunted small game when I was a kid. And then like 2 years ago, about 2 years ago now, a guy I was looking at, I wanted to buy something for the house, something short barreled, 18-inch. And I was talking about, budget shotguns. And I'd said about, the Stevens are nice. They're great for the money and all this stuff. And the one guy at work was like, I got a Stevens I'll sell to you. I'm buying another shotgun anyway. He's like, I'll sell it to you for $100. I was like, how about $50 and $50 in ammo? And he's like, okay. so I got a Stevens 320 tactical with the ghost ring sights and the pistol grip for $50 and $50 in AK ammo. I couldn't pass it up.
Yeah, if I remember right, that Stevens Savage that I had was 325C. And I couldn't pass it up. It was such a steal of a deal because the guy just gave it to me.
Yeah.
He was losing. He had to get rid of all his firearms. And it was probably good that he did because, I mean, the guy had taken a paintbrush and painted the stock black, didn't bother to take the stock off in the process.
Mm-hmm.
Had paint all over the barrel and all over the receiver and everything. I tore it all down and refinished the stock and stripped it down and reblued it. By the time I got done with that thing, the action on it was butter smooth. It was a beautiful, beautiful little unit.
So, Alan, what are you planning on getting next? What's your next purchase going to be?
I'm still looking at 10 millimeters, man.
I'd like to have 10, but if I get one, it's going to be the Rock Island.
Yeah, Rock Island or the Ruger. Yeah, probably one of the two is what I'm assuming. Unless something else comes up along the line. If something else comes up, I might end up biting on it, but I'm bugging on getting a 10 millimeter.
Yeah,
You
10
know,
millimeters a cool round, man.
I've got
And
the SR 1911 in 45. And I love it so much.
What's nice about the 10 millimeter too is I already reload for the 40, so same dies, same components. You know, that's always nice.
How you doing, Russ? Who else out there? We got Philo out there, Gunpowder Beauty, 9 Milli, Gixer's out there,
Should we do some old school gun porn here?
Tar Dot.
Nice.
What you got, RL?
That would be a infield, it looks like.
Yeah, there's a jungle carbine. You guys want to wreck your shoulder? There you go.
See, RL, you just need to ship that to me, and I'll take very good care of it. I've been wanting a decent Lee Enfield.
Yeah, I love my Enfield. Actually, I have a couple of them.
I tell you what, man,
Since
I had
everybody's flashing
one.
loaded guns too. There was my carry for the day. There's the PZ for you.
I tell you one I had that I kicked myself for getting rid of was a Star BM.
Oh yeah,
I loved that little bitch.
I have a BKS I used to carry. It's got a custom Cerakote job on it. I'd have to go out to the other gun safe to get that though. Who's coming and going?
I am planning.
That's me. I thought I was muted.
Before the end of this year, I will own an AK. That's the goal. I will own a decent AK.
Don't drag your feet.
Nope.
And I'm leaning toward Arsenal at this point.
That's a good.
Can't go wrong with an Arsenal. Yeah, I mean, I don't have that kind of money. I mean, it's just like anything else. I mean, if you put the money back, you save the money. You know what I mean?
This is why I love that thing called layaway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use layaway a lot.
Yeah, I love it. Grab a gun. You could do like a 90-day layaway, 30% down. Just put 100 down, put 100 on it every week, 150, whatever.
Yeah, if you can do that much, it doesn't take you long.
No.
What was it?
Have you looked at the Grand Power 10 millimeter yet?
I'm sure turn the camera off. I'm sure these people are sick of looking at my ugly mug.
Here you go. Here you go, Outlaw. Got something for you.
Uh-oh. What's this? What's this?
AK all day. AK all day, baby.
There you go.
Yeah. Old AMD 65. Nice. Still get them, man. Classic is still selling them. Although they don't have the real barrels. They have the 16-inch barrels, which sucks. But 12.5-inch barrel, pinned and welded muzzle brake, so it's legal. I put a quad rail on it. It's got the Hogue grip. I put the cheek riser on it. Normally this isn't here. And because I like to do arts and crafts, I braided it. I did the paracord. And if you've never seen an AMD fold, they fold down nice and little.
Yeah. It looks like you can still get a hold of the trigger if you need to.
Yeah, you can still charge it. You can charge it even with it closed too. And
That's
then
a pretty damn scary rifle right there.
that is, it's scary as hell. And then I have I put a recoil buffer in it, which is nice.
See, I like the classic, wood stock AKs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I originally was going to buy, and found this guy. I found this guy in a gun shop in Carlisle called Cole's Bike Shop, and it sounds weird, Cole's Bike Shop. Couple of months ago, or not even a couple of months ago, a month ago or so, they featured it on the Daily Gun Show. I was telling G-Webs about it. It's pretty cool. Back in the, I don't know, 50s or whatever, it was a bike shop, and in the basement, people during the war, they were putting some guns. They were storing their weapons there, using it as like almost like a private armory for people in case during World War II, in case something bad happened. And after, or maybe it wasn't World War II, it might have been during Russia, I don't know. And after everything died down, some people had taken their guns there and never taken them back. They just left them. So they just started selling them. And the guy got his FFL and years ago and turned it into a gun shop. So you walk into the top, it's like a bike store. There's bicycles and all this kind of crazy stuff. You walk through this like little door to go down in the basement. It's this tiny little room downstairs with guns, and it's really cool. It's almost like you're in the basement of somebody's house. It's the weirdest thing. They don't have a website or anything like that. It's just kind of either you know about it or you don't kind of thing. It's pretty cool. So when I picked this up, I kind of fell in love with it. I was like, man, this thing's got character, Short barreled, tanker, built for tanks, paratroopers, that kind of garbage. But this thing being 12 and a half inches, it's got a nasty muzzle brake on it to make it 16 inches. But at 12 and a half inches, this thing throws a fireball like crazy. The old timers at the range are always looking at me like, what the hell's that thing? They dig it.
Yeah. Well, next month I'm thinking about picking up that Pac 9.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't know what the Pac 9 to me is about like the Victor. Just it's one of those ugly little things that I see that I like. Ooh, I like that. I want it. So, and for the price, you can't really beat it. I mean, it's, what, $450?
Yeah, Russ is out there. He said his AMD has the original barrel too. Yeah, that's kind of what in the future I'd kind of like to do is take it and have this 4-inch muzzle brake taken off and SBR it and just put like a nice, traditional, like something cool on the front and have a nice SBR. It's definitely like the cheapest way to SBR a rifle.
Yep. I'm up in the air about the whole SBR thing. Would you want to go with an SBR, or just get a pistol?
That's the thing, though. Like, I think it's kind of tough. It depends on what you like. I mean, obviously, ballistically, like, there's some rounds with a pistol that they're just not doing much. If you're using, especially some of these short barrel, like 7.5 inches and stuff, that's just not a whole lot of room to get a rifle round moving. So, is it really doing you any good if you ever want to use it like defensively? Whereas something like this at 12.5 inches has got a pretty decent. It's still got pretty decent amount of room to get that bullet moving. I mean, I think M4s are what, 14.5 inches, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. I'd rather SBR than have a pistol.
Okay, what if you're one? That I was of the assumption that the shorter barrels work well with those, like 300 blackouts.
Yeah, I think they do. I think it depends on the twist rate. I'm not really sure. Clover would be the guy to ask. He loves his 300.
I have absolutely zilch when it comes to experience with a 300.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I don't either.
I'm like you. I'm out of my element with something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that it's newer, and I'm still sort of building my, what do you want to call it, a collection. So I'm working on military calibers. That's why I got the 308. That's why I like the AK. That's why I like the AR and 5.56. And then I can kind of branch out from there. But I still want to get a revolver. I want to get a 357. I'm working on very specific things over the next couple of years.
Yeah, you got to get yourself a M107. Get yourself a 50 caliber BMG.
Yeah, I got a buddy that has a Barrett 50. That thing is a goddamn monster. He's he's got money. He's got a room that he calls a war room, and it's just basically like man cave on steroids. You walk in and he's just got it's like, you know what it is? It's like the room in Boondock Saints when they go into that arsenal and there's just shit hanging off the walls and there's guns and there's all sorts of stuff. That's how his one room is in his house. It's crazy, but yeah, he walked into the restaurant the one day and he's like, "Hey, if you ever hear anybody selling a 50, let me know." And I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about? Like a Barrett?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "Why do you want a Barrett?" He's like, "We can only shoot like 100 yards at our range." I'm like, "Why do you want a Barrett?" He's like, "I don't know. They're big. They're awesome." Like a week later, he stopped back in. He said it was on its way.
Why would you not want a Barrett?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's yeah. But he had it on its way in like a week. He didn't give a shit. He bought it used. I think he paid like $7,000 or something for it. But about a month later, I'm walking into the rifle range, and I'm parked my truck, and this guy and his kid were walking up. A guy and his younger kid, and he's like, "You better put your ears on. There's some guy down there with a 50." And I hear this boom. It's loud boom. And it was him down there. There was like 5 or 6 guys just standing around him watching him shoot.
Yeah, the last 50 that I had the opportunity and pleasure of pulling the trigger on was one that was used in the first Iraq War as an anti-vehicle rifle.
Anti-material rifle, yeah. That's what they're good at, man. That's what they're the best at.
In mind. And this is just my way of thinking. A button on a dude's shirt, that's material.
Well, yeah, but they're not built to be, and that's, people think they're sniper rifles, and they're not. They're built to just wreak havoc,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
That's why they use like the 300 Win Mag and stuff like that. And
you put a round through an engine block.
Sure, yeah.
Just through the engine block, and then the guy that's sitting in the driver's seat, and then the guy that's sitting behind him, and then out the back, and kills 3 guys behind that.
Using those depleted uranium rounds that'll go through like everything. Crazy.
Hey, here you go, Outlaw.
Something. Is that the star?
Yep, that's her. That's a certainly is.
That's a BKS I had custom Cerakoted.
Nice. I'm jealous. I'll get another one eventually. I will.
Like it. If I could have better mags for it, I would carry it more often. I only have one working mag for it right now.
Well, see, I noticed that with mine too. It was kind of hard to find magazines.
Yeah, factory mags are kind of unobtainium anymore, and the only company that makes mags are Triple Ks, and Triple Ks are kind of hit or miss.
Tuesday nights at 9.
Tardot says get their attention. What's the matter, Tardot?
Yeah, RL. He's also calling out a desktop.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that'd lead to a divorce.
Combined, we don't have enough. Oh yeah, you know what? We might. I was gonna say combined, we don't have enough subs to get super chats, but together we might. We probably do. I got like 250.
I think I got 155 subs.
That's 3. That's 4. Yeah, we would be okay probably.
Well, if I combine all my channels, I have enough to do it.
That's true. That's true.
I don't know how many. Probably around 130 I have now.
See, we're all still the low guys on the totem pole when it comes to that sort of thing.
And that's why we're here at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Well, yeah, exactly. Because we have no. That's because we have absolutely zero life. That's why we're here at
Like-
1 o'clock in the morning.
It's like Saturday Night Live, not ready for prime time. We're like the not ready for prime time gun channelers.
You know,
Well, if I gain one more subscriber, I will hit the 400 mark.
Yeah, good for you.
yeah, congratulations.
We got to be able to get you that tonight. Don't you think? I mean, I know we don't have a whole lot of people.
Well,
Where's
we've got 13 watching.
who
We
the
had a
hell
bigger
that,
crowd last night.
who's out there that wouldn't be subbed to you?
I can go sub with one of my troll channels for you.
Yeah, there you go. That's all it takes. One
I
lone
think-
troll.
I didn't think of that. I could sub with all my own channels and really pump my number, but
Oh man, I'm sure they frown on that. If they don't like you trading sub for sub, I'm sure they don't like you subbing yourself.
Well, first you can sub me, and then you can sub everybody else. Then we'll all be
Yeah.
happy.
no, 9mm just got me.
There you go.
Just hit me on the 400 mark.
There you go. See the wife will take care of you, buddy.
Thank you, thank you.
Does she cook too?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
See,
she
if I
doesn't.
was-
She does not. She says she doesn't do a good job, but she does a good job. She has a couple of really, really good go-tos. You know what I mean? There's a few things that she does that are like really awesome.
well,
She's nervous. She's kind of a nervous cook. She really worries that she's going to make mistakes, and then she doesn't. She does a great job for sure. She I think stresses herself out about it. You know.
well, that's because you're a chef, and she's worried about your critique.
Yeah, but by now, but I mean that shit went out the window a long time ago. I will eat anything. I don't care.
So, I have a question for her.
Mm-hmm.
What is the favorite meal that you cook that she loves?
What do I make that she loves?
Yes,
Probably she'll say it too. Probably pork belly.
that's a good choice.
Yeah,
I'm one of these weird people that I actually prefer pork over beef. I don't know why. I just do.
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of good pork out there, man. And nowadays too, that they're breeding some fat back into it and staying nice and moist. That's really cool. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like we Tardot says, does Waffle House actually count as a chef? Yeah, they do. They let me put my name on my jacket and everything. And I mean the jacket is from Jiffy Lube. I mean it used to be a guy that worked at Jiffy Lube, but he had the same name, so it still counts.
I bet they even let you use your own knives, don't they?
No, not anymore. Not after the incident.
Before before you cook eggs, do you just like wring out the sleeve into the pan, or
Yeah, the bandana. But she was a vegetarian for years, and I screwed that all up. That's for sure. He was.
Glazed pork belly. Yep.
Yeah. Basically, the pork belly, like in the did in the video, but served a little differently. But the same idea: braised and then glazed. I tried to get her to try it like 2 or 3 times when she came down to the restaurant, and finally, her and her friends came in one time, and I just put an order in the middle of the table. I said, "Here, try this." She was like, "Holy shit, this is good." I was like, "Yep." There you go.
Now, see, I'm not a cook or a chef. My idea of cooking is throwing something in a microwave for 2 minutes. That's
Yeah.
it. That's cooking. that's as far as it goes with me, brother.
I'm with you though as far as pork. I love pork. I've always liked pork. Everything about. I mean, there's so many good things that come out of it. I mean, it's talking about sausage and pork belly and bacon and all that stuff. Everything from like they say, everything from the rooter to the tutor is awesome.
I love ham. I can eat ham to literally grows out my ears.
That's one of the world famous things here is this ham. She found this recipe for ham and with peaches and brown sugar, like a brown sugar glaze or a brown sugar crust with Dijon. Whew, boy, it's good, man.
The
I'll
ham
tell
is just uncured bacon, and bacon is really where it's at.
Yeah, we do it every Christmas.
I think the only thing I like more than the ham is a good smoked pork chop. Love
Yeah.
smoked pork chops.
I don't know. Have you tasted Baby Angel yet?
No,
Those
and
are
that sounds kind of perverted.
those are Krispy Kremes, right? Warm Krispy Kremes? Isn't that what it was?
Yeah, Baby Angels are Krispy
Yeah.
Kremes.
Yeah. Clover said that in the chat. You never heard that, Outfield?
No, I haven't. No,
They were talking.
that was a first.
That was back in the donut chat days when we turned Matt's chat into donut chats for like weeks on end, and they were talking
Yeah, I
about best.
remember the whole sprinkles debacle.
Yeah. Well, they had a top 5 or top. I think I was actually in this chat actually with them. I was, and it was like top 5 donuts or whatever. And Clover said warm, fresh made Krispy Kremes, and he got all like dreamy and like, oh, and he's like, warm Krispy Kremes. They're like eating baby angels.
Wow.
Oh man, he lost himself in his own thoughts. It was hilarious.
See, I have to agree with Matt. I'm not a sprinkly kind of guy either. Sprinkles on donuts just don't belong.
I am morally opposed to raisins on donuts.
Now, I have never seen a raisin on a donut, but that don't even sound good.
I'm catching shit out here in the chat. She says she made the recipe up. She found a recipe and altered it. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if you got it straight out of the recipe or not. It doesn't matter. It's fucking awesome. There's a 102 for you.
Okay. Now, how about this? If you're making a barbecue sandwich, what do you put on the sandwich other than the barbecue?
Definitely not a hot dog.
No, definitely not a hot dog.
It depends. It depends on, I don't know, my mood, I guess. I've done different kinds I've done barbecue sometimes where it's literally just barbecue, you know what I mean? Cheese is good though, like cheddar cheese or pepper jack. Pepper jack cheese is really good on like a habanero pepper jack or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good. And then honestly, if it's a pulled like you're talking about smoking,
Pulled
if you do like
pork barbecue, man.
Yeah, if you do like a smoked pulled pork and you just do a really light, like a Carolina vinaigrette sauce, like a Carolina barbecue sauce, where it's more of a vinaigrette, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of that thick barbecue gooey stuff, that with like coleslaw is slamming.
Now see, that's where I was going with this. My mother, and it must be just a mountain thing or something, but she would make pulled pork barbecue, and she would make homemade coleslaw. And when she served it, she didn't serve the coleslaw on the side. She served the coleslaw on the sandwich. And oh my God, that was so good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, it's like a Reuben, or I'm sorry, a Rachel. Like a Reuben with turkey, and you do the coleslaw instead of the sauerkraut. That's a great sandwich too. But yeah, I like the barbecue thing, the barbecue with the coleslaw thing. I think it's great.
Well, I like hot dogs with coleslaw on it too. So
no, I can see that.
Yeah, chili, cheese, and slaw. Perfect hot dog.
The biggest thing with food, like when you do what I do, is you don't necessarily you think of things as flavors, not as like things. Like you say, you put coleslaw on a hot dog, and somebody would be like, "Wow, that's fucking weird." But I don't like what I do for a living. It makes me not think about it like that. I think about it as like, it's a hot dog, but then it's got like a creamy, crunchy slaw, whatever. Like, oh, that sounds like it might be good. A lot of people don't think like that. They get kind of hung up on. They get hung up on combinations sounding weird, and they don't think about the flavors.
Flavors and textures.
Travis, I think you're going computer shopping tomorrow.
Yeah, we're that's the plan. We're gonna go in the morning. She wants to go down to Joe Boy's. Joe Boy's is this really cool place down in Lidditz. If anybody ever gets down to Lidditz, PA, Lidditz is this amazing, really nice little town. It's actually always ranked like in the top couple places in PA to live. It's like kind of a small town and it's real quiet and whatever. But they there's this place down there called Joe Boy's that the owner and his wife had this little barbecue place and they outgrew it, so they built another one. And he has like a 200 square foot smoker, like a walk-in smoker indoors. He can just walk in there and the shelves. It's got shelves all around you. So they do a really cool job. He's got a brewery there. He's brewing his own beer and they do jazz and stuff. It's pretty cool. Jazz and rockabilly. Like they'll do like rockabilly music too, which is really cool. Yeah, it's a cool joint, man.
Yeah, Vanessa Kitty out there is saying MRE. I can go with that. I like MREs.
Yeah.
Hey guys, hey, I'm gonna duck out. You guys have a good one. I'll be listening. I gotta go lay down. My back's freaking screaming right now.
Okay, tell the doctor man. You need to back you out of me.
Yeah, thanks. I'll
hey, not a problem, brother. You have a good night. Buddy. Get well, man.
Later, RL.
Feel better. It's no fun to make fun of you when you're not feeling good.
Yeah, the MREs, especially these days, MREs really aren't all that bad. But whatever you do, a new MRE, a number 4, don't do it.
Yeah, they were doing. I think was it Ghost Chat or somebody's chat? They were doing MRE. They were talking about MREs. And then that was funny to hear them talking about them. I used to get them when I was a kid. My same play I was talking about, my bayonet. I have some. There used to be this awesome Army Navy place in past where our hunting camp is, and when I was a kid, and my grandpa was a Marine, so he was all for going into those places and letting me, have whatever I wanted. So we'd walk in there, and I'd walk out with machetes and bayonets and MREs and all sorts of crazy stuff. So yeah, I used to eat MREs up at camp. Especially, it's a kind of place where you didn't have perishable food. You're up there to ride motorcycle and shoot guns and stuff. So we had MREs and sardines and peanut butter and jelly and crackers, and that's about it. But yeah, I've had some way back in the day that were pretty cool. I always thought it was really cool. And this is obviously before I was a chef. I was a kid, and I always thought it was awesome that they had little tiny Tabasco sauces in them.
Yep.
I always thought that was neat.
Yeah, now, but what's up with those crackers, man? Even in the new MREs, they're putting in those same crackers that they've been putting in since like World War I.
Oh yeah, it's a half a notch above hardtack, man. Stuff's brutal.
Now, where can you go online and order that stuff?
There's this place. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. You go on. And it's Google, I think it's called.
Yeah, Google? Oh, okay. Yeah. That's that little thing.
Yeah. Now, I there is still a place up in the town I used to live that has it's surplus, and I know they still have them. But it's there was actually a really cool place in Palmyra. It's out past Hershey, Pennsylvania. No, it wasn't in Palmyra. It was farther than that. I can't remember where the hell it was. It might have been Elizabethtown. And this guy had like a surplus store, and then it went out of business now, unfortunately, because it was more of like a fad. But he bought the little storefront next to him, and he did like a prepper, like a zombie shop, like a zombie prepper shop, and that was really fun. I went down there once or twice just to look around. It was pretty cool. But he had a bunch of MREs and paracord and all that kind of stuff, and but he had a lot of survival. He had survival guides, and he had he didn't have firearms or anything, but he did machetes and hatchets and Alice packs and all that kind of shit. It was cool.
Just the fun stuff.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's just like an adult. It's a toy store for like a gun dude, you know. Like you walk in there and you just want to like start pulling stuff off the shelves and playing with it, you know. I loved it, man. I wish I had an old school Army Navy or a surplus store like I had when I was a kid, man. That place was awesome.
They're hard to find, and
Yeah,
and when you do find one, the prices are just outrageous. Used to be you can
yeah,
get stuff pretty cheap.
yeah. Oh yeah. And I mean the stuff that's built like my bayonet and my machete are both original like Ontario brand. That stuff will last forever. I mean it's indestructible, you know. It's and now so much stuff is plastic, and not that you can't make nice plastic stuff that lasts, but it just isn't, you know, it's just not like
Yeah,
the old stuff, you know.
look at the old M16s.
Yeah,
They're still around
yeah,
after all these years. But that's what I really need to start doing is getting some like prepping stuff. I've been slacking on that lately because of lack of space. Um, but stacking up on some MREs, um, paracord stuff like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I had got into paracording for a little while just as a fun little hobby. On my day off, I'd sit and make stuff. I did some bracelets and all that kind of stuff. Like Tardot did that video last week or whatever. And I paracord like I showed the AK, the stock on the AK. I did a paracord on that. That actually turned out pretty damn perfect. That's actually really nice. But yeah, I've done a little bit of it. It's fun. It's kind of a neat little. It's like knitting for gun nuts,
And
you know.
Well, way,
actually,
way back in the day, I used to do a bunch of macrame with hemp and stuff, and would make plant hangers and this, that, and the other thing with it. And all those same knots transferred right over when I started dealing with paracord.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not good at remembering how to do stuff like that. Like like knots when I fish and stuff like that, like, basic knots, like how to tie a hook on and stuff like that. That's, Rapala knot or whatever. But when you start getting into some of the knots that you would use in boating, man, I can never remember how to do shit. I just don't do it enough. So I downloaded a couple of apps and they're pretty neat. You can just kind of go step by step on how to do it. So it's pretty cool. It's technology nowadays, you know what I mean?
well, you know what I found? I found that a lot of the fishing knots that you tie can be used with many other purposes. Even with bigger rope, and works
Yeah.
just fine.
Yeah, there's a few of them that are pretty interesting. I can't remember what the hell it's called. There's one that's you make to make a hitch or to make a loop in the middle of a rope. You know what I mean?
Uh huh.
That one's really cool. I can't remember what it's called.
You can,
Um,
blood knots, stuff like that. Just
yeah, but that's really cool. Like if you ever want to attach if you want to tie the middle of a rope to something, how the hell do you do that? You know what I mean? Like you can't really do it unless you put a little hitch in it. That was pretty neat. I just can never remember to do that. I never remember. I mean, I do it, and then an hour later, I forget how the hell I did it. I feel like an idiot.
well, I do that too. I mean, there's several times that I used to know how to tie this knot. Why can't I do it now?
Oh yeah,
The
for
thing
sure.
about it is it's been 10 years since I've tried it, and you know, believe it or not, if you don't use it, you lose it. That's a fact, and it's just and I think what it is between the last time you used it and now, you've probably learned 15 other knots, and that one just got shuffled back in the back somewhere. And
Yeah, for you, you forget it after 10 years. For me, it's like 10 minutes. I'm just
uh,
not something I'm good at. Okay, so my wife obviously has to learn that she has to be careful what she says in the chats because you guys are a bunch of animals. She said
um,
She just knows the restraint knots, and I know exactly what's coming after that comment.
Yep. So now we know what happens in the bedroom. Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah. I get tied up, and she leaves me there.
Smart woman.
Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't deal with me either.
She ties you up, leaves you there, then goes sees the mailman. Makes
The
sense.
mail, at least the mailman's a good looking dude. We got a good looking kid out of it. So you
Yeah,
got
I just got to say, your mail may not show up for 2 days because I might be sick.
that's okay. You got that buttery smooth voice, boy.
Keep things under control, she says. We've done good. We have done better tonight than we did last night. Last night we went into the gutter real quick.
Yeah, it doesn't take long some nights, does it?
No, it does not. We've managed to keep this one mostly PG, I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Could be worse.
Oh yeah.
Had a couple
Well,
of good shows tonight, man. I'm really happy with the way tonight went.
yeah, yeah, I don't mind doing this once in a while. And me and you had been talking for months about doing things like this forever, I guess.
Yeah, I'll
We
tell
did
you
that.
too.
We did that one show, what, Christmas Eve,
Mm-hmm.
and we ain't done shit since. And now we've done two back to back.
Yeah, yeah.
So
We
I'm a little out of the loop on the Gun Channel side. Who does shows on Sunday nights?
I'm not real sure.
Me either.
what are we talking about?
Who does shows on Sunday nights? I'm always at work on Sunday night, so I don't know.
I can't think of anybody.
As foreign and domestic has moved to Sunday nights, so I'm just kind of curious as to who else is out there.
Sunday nights have become pretty busy. Um, Sunday nights, Jelsma goes on with his spec ops. Well, Yankee is on, right? Yankee's on. Then Jelsma goes on. Then Gun Gals goes on. Then I come on. And then RL comes on. So, what time are you guys thinking about coming on?
Well, it's a set time actually. It's what had happened is TR Prepper has been doing his show for 2.5 years at 8 what is it, 9 o'clock Eastern, and he has handed the baton over to the Crazy Scotsman and I for foreign and domestic. That particular show was handed to TR Prepper before that. And it's been a live show that's been going on with a pretty illustrious history for quite a while.
Yeah, I don't know how many. You guys have a different crowd than we do, though. I mean, it's a different group of people. You know what I mean? Like, you bounce around a lot, back and forth, and a few people do, but I'm seem to have a hard time catching your live shows. They're just at certain times when I can't. I have a hard time with them. But whatever time you want to, I mean, geez, do whatever you want. I mean, I wouldn't worry about somebody else's stepping on anybody else's toes. Hell, there's room for everybody. Sometimes you just got to do a show when you got to do a show.
Well,
Yeah.
and the Sunday night thing it's a dedicated time slot that's been around for a number of years.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're sticking with that time slot. I was just kind of curious if there was anybody else out there that we were stepping on, but
Well, it was recently there's been, I shouldn't say we, and there has been so many new shows started in the past like 2 months. Sundays were for the longest time it was
Wide open.
it was Matt was in the morning, trigger time, or breakfast chat. He used to do coffee. He used to call it coffee and guns or something, I forget. Then he went to trigger time, and then Yankee is on at like 7 Eastern, and that was it. And then I started on Sunday nights just because it made sense for me, and I was just like, it'll kind of be fun to be the last show of the week too. And now you've got all sorts of people. So, what time you guys do?
It's 9 o'clock Eastern, so
That would be during Gun Gals. Yeah, Gun Gals go on at 9:30, and they run till 10:30, and then I start up at 10:30. Gelsma runs from like 8:30 to 9:30 or something. But I mean, if you're going to run against anybody, running against the Gun Gals chat would be the best one because it's going to be, they have a more specific audience. It's a lot. It's mostly women. Not that women wouldn't watch your show, but
No, they just hear that voice and they're hooked.
that's true.
Yeah, they hear his voice, they're hooked.
now eventually I run them off. It's okay. I'm used to it.
I'm
actually scared that the ladies are hearing your voice now because I probably won't have any of them in my show next week.
The problem is that I can't cook like you can.
It don't matter.
That plus you got the mohawk.
For now.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with his mohawk. Leave him alone.
It could be short lived. It's been on the chopping block for a while. I don't know. We'll see. I did that as almost a gag and it stuck years ago.
Wait a minute. You're talking about hair on a chopping block?
Yeah, right. I know. You look like Sid from Ice Age.
Like, right.
What a depressing bunch of assholes we are, huh?
Yeah, we are. We truly are. Now, for those of you who might not know, I will not be doing a Thursday show this week. I will be working from here on out on Thursday nights. So, the show has been moved to 11 o'clock Eastern on Monday nights.
There you go. You got to run up to the Daily Gun Show, huh?
Yep. Probably a little past, but
that's a good time slot, man. You can pick up a lot of people off of Matt.
No, I'm hoping that's what happens.
I was kind of hoping that when I first started, because when I first started on Sundays, I did my first show I think at 9:30, and then I realized, holy shit, that's The Walking Dead. So I didn't, I wasn't going to go up against The Walking Dead, but I was hoping to piggyback off a Yankee, and then I realized that Yankee doesn't give a shit about me, so that didn't work.
It's not that Yankee don't give a shit about you. He just don't know you exist.
That's true. And he gets my name wrong half the time. Even when I do send him
realize you're there.
And even when I do send him an email, he reads my name wrong half the goddamn time. That old bastard.
It's sort of like, an ant compared to us. The ant is there. We can see the ant, but in its mind, we are so far above it that it's just, uncomprehendable.
Yeah.
That's sort of where Yankees at right now.
He's got a hell of a following, man. And I'll tell you what,
they're loyal. They are loyal.
I was going to say vicious.
Well,
they're loyal and they're brutal.
I've noticed that there's two kinds of people on gun channels. There's those that hate Yankee and there's those that love Yankee. There's no in between. You either hate him or you love him.
Yeah, it's pretty true. Because I mean, even if you really like him, there's going to be periods where you're like, God damn it, dude, shut the hell up. Why did you say that? But you get over it. And then there's the other side that it's the total opposite, where like 99.9% of the things that he says, they despise him. And every once in a while, they'll be like, well, all right, that's a good point. Yeah, he's definitely, you get hot or cold,
And, here's the thing. People bitch about it, but he does tend to make a lot of good points. Whether you like him or not, he does tend to come up with some decent points.
Yeah, I mean, my only my issue tends to be that he's very pig-headed.
Outspoken.
And not so much outspoken, but he's very pig-headed and he's very stuck in his ways, right? So even he's the kind of person that,
me.
yeah, even when he's not right, he will stick to it like a son of a bitch, you know, and he'll ride it right into the dirt, and even if he's wrong. So it's, you know, sometimes I think that's the toughest thing is he's just he's not always great at seeing both sides of things, you know. And I'm that way. I'm the total opposite, where a lot of times I'm very wishy-washy with things and I overthink stuff and I talk myself in and out of stuff, you know what I mean? So that's tough.
Well, as long as you don't let anybody else talk you in and out of stuff, you're good.
Yeah, no, I mean I'm not like a sheep, you know what I mean, for sure. But I take a lot of time to decide things, and I take, and my wife she'll totally tell you the same thing. She'll tell you this truth. You know, I'm very like, I don't know, let me think, and even with guns, you know, like I'll want something, like I wanted this, that, or the other thing forever, and it'll take me, you know, a month or 2 months to be like, okay, I still want it. Now I'll let myself get it, you know?
Well, it's probably a damn good thing that you're going shopping for a computer with your woman so that she can decide for you.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
you know she's gonna spend more time on it than you, right? You realize this?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I hope she has fun with it. Shit. I mean, you know, my whole thing is, it's kind of, for me, it's kind of the next. I do everything on my phone as far as banking and whatever. I'm comfortable doing it. I'm fine. If I need to use a computer, I can use it at work if I really really have to, but it's very very rare. But it's the next evolution for my show. So if she wants to get one and she can really use it, then of course I'm going to be like, sure, awesome, let's, you know. So I mean, I think I've done better than most people would do using a phone 100% of the time. So hopefully this will just, you know, make it a little bit better, a little bit, you know, nicer. And I mean, for me, it's not even the videos or anything like that. It's the ability to host the chat is important for me, because it's a big part of the draw, you know, is to be able to debate people or talk to people or whatever. So hell,
It really is. It's gonna
Yeah.
open you up quite a bit to a number of things that you haven't been able to experience being on mobile. And it's also gonna open a little bit of a headache for you, just because, you know, once you end up getting some of that in, sometimes managing it can be a little rough. But
yeah, and I really am 100% planning to really kind of try and ease into it. I mean, I'm all for a free for all every once in a while, but my thing is I don't have that much time. So I'm hoping to try and keep things as kind of structured. It's Travis P11 does a great job of that. I was talking about him. He was in the chat earlier in mine. He does a really good job of like keeping everybody riled in, you know. So it just doesn't become
Travi pumping another Travi, whatever.
That's, well, you know, we got to stick together, because, you know, you people don't want to. If you people don't want to go along with the program,
you people. What do you mean by you people? You mean all of us that aren't Travi?
You people that look like Sid.
Yeah, I was just looking over on the.
You look like a naked mole rat.
Like damn Mr. Clean in a black shirt.
I was just looking over on YouTube here, and I noticed that yeah, well, I noticed I've got 9 likes and 1 dislike.
Well,
Travis, somebody
then
don't
you're doing
like
a good
you,
job.
Somebody just don't like you.
That's fine. I've had a couple of thumbs downs. I actually haven't had one for quite a while, but right about, I don't know, it was probably right around my 10th live stream, I got 1 or 2 dislikes in a row, and then I haven't since. So maybe it truly was somebody that just didn't like my show. Because if you get it every week, then it's like, oh, that's just a troll hitting me up, you know.
Well, the thumbs down is not necessarily a bad thing. YouTube sees that as diversification.
It's interaction.
So it doesn't affect you negatively really at all.
I don't
Yeah.
worry about it. Honestly, I could care less.
Yeah.
I know the people who
Would it make
listen.
you feel better if I converted that to a thumbs up instead, or
No, you can just leave it wherever you're happy with. I don't care.
Here, we'll
See,
give
here's
you.
the thing. I know that the people that's listening to this right now, all 10 of you, are going to be listening tomorrow night and the next night and whenever else I'm on to do a show because they're loyal. So, and that's exactly why I do it. I don't do it for the likes or the dislikes. I do it for the people who enjoys what I do.
well, that
And
plus we like to feel better about ourselves, so we listen to your life.
well, my life sucks, but you know, I'm not a billionaire yet. So,
Hey, are you going to Tulsa?
am I going to Tulsa? Probably not.
No.
Unless a miracle happens between now and April, I don't think so.
Yeah.
So
I'm hoping to make it in the fall. I'm hoping to try and get out in the fall. Maybe take a couple days out there, take the wife and the little guy, and just have like a little road trip maybe or whatever. I don't know.
well,
It'd
see,
be it'd be awesome to go this year. I mean, it would be super cool. Not Clover. Cycle Camp said he'd give me a goddamn ride, but I just can't quite make it. There's too much going on. Not enough
I
money
mean,
laying around.
I would love to go. I had planned on going. Um, I'm having trouble coming up with the funds,
Yeah.
and hey, there's always this fall, and there's next year. So life goes on, man. I'll get there eventually.
Yeah, I'm hoping in the fall to be able to get out. What month is it? Do you know? Is it like November?
I have no idea.
Can't
I know this
remember.
one's in April, and if I'm not mistaken, it was what was it? September last year?
Yeah, I don't know.
October?
Maybe I don't remember. I gotta go put some. I can put guns. I got guns sitting all over the damn place here. I gotta put some guns away.
I am in South Carolina at the moment. I was born and raised in West Virginia.
That's unfortunate.
It is not unfortunate. Thank you very much.
Did you know that the toothbrush was invented in West Virginia?
Yes, because if it was invented anywhere else, it would have been called the teeth brush. Go fuck.
That's right. That's not nice. That's a 102. There's ladies present.
I'm sure they've heard worse,
Probably.
especially if they're married to you.
Probably.
Yeah.
I cannot confirm or deny that.
See, people get West Virginia confused with like Alabama. I don't understand that. Anybody that's ever been to Alabama has always noticed the birds are flying upside down
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
because there ain't nothing worth shitting on in Alabama.
Oh, okay. That makes sense, I guess. Gary's out in the middle of nowhere too.
Yeah, kind of.
So what's going on with you, Gary? You've not said a whole lot.
I've just been listening in, but there ain't a whole lot going on with me, really. I mean, pretty much same old, same old.
Well, that's either really good or really bad.
It's just pretty much the way life is.
What's new and what's going to be your next gun purchase, Gary?
Well, I got my eyes on one, but you probably won't like what I got to tell you.
Oh, shit. I see. I already know. It's a Glock, isn't it? It's a Glock.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Get it out of your system. Come on.
Very cool.
I ain't got it yet, but I saw it in the store, and I almost bought it on Friday. But
Why?
why did I look at it, or why did I not?
Yes.
Well, I looked at it because the price tag was under $400. I
Did it
didn't.
not have a barrel in it?
Huh?
Did it not have a barrel in it?
Yeah, it had a barrel, and it's Glock 42.
Oh, there you go. You like
Okay.
the small, you like the subcompacts, huh?
Well, I'm a small guy, you know. I got a
Yeah.
big belly, but otherwise, I'm a small guy. I'm 5'7".
Yeah, that's what she said too, Gary.
No, that's not nice.
You went. Just because she said that to you, don't mean she'd say that to me.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, she said that many times. I just ignored it.
Get used to it.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't pick it up. I almost wished I had, but I think I want to unload that Taurus Spectrum first.
I think what you need to do is go the same route I went and get yourself a Ruger GP100.
What am I going to do with a big revolver? Like,
Well, see, in my case, it's for alligators. At least that's the excuse I'm using for buying it.
we ain't got them here, though.
No, but yeah, let's see.
He's got
Bigfoot.
George. He's got George. He don't need a gun for alligators. George take care of them.
Right, I got a bobcat living in my house.
See, you can you can get one for Bigfoot.
Well, I ain't seen him here either. We don't have bears. We don't have wild hogs. Got an occasional possum that comes in the yard, maybe a raccoon. That'd be about it.
Well, see, you have to think of an excuse, man. Aliens. There you go. There's your perfect one.
You mean illegal aliens, or
No, I meant the real ones from like outer space.
Aren't those ones illegal as well?
Yeah, probably.
the hell?
The
I mean, they're not coming
extraterrestrials.
here
How
on a
about
work
that?
visa or anything.
Have extraterrestrial aliens.
Well, now that's a possibility, I suppose.
But I honestly think in the great big scheme of things, you'd probably have more of a threat from the illegal ones from Mexico than the ones from outer space.
Well, occasionally
Well, that's just silly talk.
they stop a truckload of illegal aliens on the interstate because I'm about 15 minutes from I-35, which is a major north-south corridor. So we do occasionally get stuff like that coming through the state, but not here in this dinky little town.
Well,
We don't even have a Mexican restaurant in this town.
well, that sucks. I like Mexican restaurants. Damn.
Well, I can drive 10 miles and be at one, but not in this little town of 1,000 people. There's not.
We got a Mexican restaurant here in this little one-horse town that I live in, and we've got no stray dogs in this town either.
Maybe there's a correlation there. Just maybe. Okay, guys. I'm getting tired, so I think I'm going to call this one quits for the night.
Well, I need to get to bed because I need to get up in about 5 hours.
Well, see, I'm off tomorrow. That's how I can get away with this.
I see.
Yeah.
Don't lie. You're off a little bit every day.
I'm off in certain ways a whole lot every day.
Yeah, I'll go along with that.
Mainly because I hang around with you idiots.
That's probably true too.
We keep even keel, man.
I'm getting off and Smeggy's going live. There you go. So you have something to do when I leave here. You can go jump on Smeggy's chat.
Smeggy went live like half an hour ago, I think.
Yeah, he's been on for a while.
Oh, well. I didn't know. I didn't get the notification.
And if it's true to form, Gunpowder will be on about 2 o'clock in the morning. So.
Well, see, there you go. See, we're going to keep you people entertained all night, every night.
Well, they'll have to entertain somebody else at 2 o'clock in the morning because I'm going to be entertaining the inside of my eyelids.
Well, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we have beat this poor horse to death, and then we beat it some more. We are going to call it quits, guys. You got anything to plug before we get out of here?
Dude, I just timed out Jorge Cortez by accident on my tablet.
I wondered what happened.
I was sliding the tablet across the table and I just timed the son of a bitch out.
Jorge,
What you get?
Sorry, Jorge.
I am so sorry about that.
Sorry, Jorge. Sorry.
I damn you! I just can't leave you alone for a minute, can I?
Well, there's one less sub for me, I guess.
Lord have mercy.
That's about as bad as giving Jumpy mod status, I tell you what.
I gave you mod status.
No, you didn't.
I did too. Did I not give you
No,
mod status?
ain't that no wrench. Midnight gives me a wrench, but does Ellis give me a wrench? Oh, no.
I cannot believe I didn't give you a wrench, Gary.
I used to back in the day, but you must have decided since you got to be a big star.
Yeah, right. No, because I remember giving you one.
I don't know. Maybe it was my old Gary Decker account. I don't know.
That's what it was.
That's probably it.
That's what it was. So what I'll have to do is you'll have to type something out in the chat so I can find you, and I'll give it to you again. And see, jumping on me for you not having a wrench, and it ain't even my fault. It's yours. Good Lord.
Good Lord.
There you go. Now you've got a wrench. Use it wisely. And don't accidentally put my listeners into timeout like certain boys.
Hey, it happens. It happens. What can I say?
I wouldn't do that.
Oh, great.
Although I did it to RL by accident the other night. I was trying to click on somebody else and the chat advanced real quick. As soon as I hit the button, it's like, uh-oh.
Well, one night, midnight, somebody was in your chat and I had said something, and I guess they thought I was being serious and they put me in timeout.
Oh, yeah.
Like, wow. Okay, yeah.
Gary's hammer is strong. He keeps the pimp hammer strong. You got to watch him.
I don't think it was Gary.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I've nailed Jumpy a few times, but
I think we all have. I think.
Okay.
I got a mod. I got a wrench on Rich's show the other night because I was there early, and I ended up not being able to watch the show. But I came in early, and he was like, he gave me a wrench. He's like, "Here, Jumpy gets out of hand, you handle him." I'm like, all right.
Yeah. Okay, Alan, you got anything to plug?
Well, foreign and domestics now, Sunday nights at 9:00 Eastern. Other than that, nothing special. If you want to see me make an ass of myself, you can watch my videos. If you want to see me make a bigger ass of myself, you can watch The Real Alan B. Pro. If you haven't subscribed to that one yet, you may not want to. Anyway, other than that, keep the magazines loaded and one in the chamber.
Thank you, Jan. It's been a real pleasure having you on here. And always remember, ladies and gentlemen, Jan will always be gay, and so will Alan. Gary, what's going on with you, buddy?
Well, other than I enjoyed the Real LB Pro's rendition of My Way, y'all should check that out.
I'm going to have to. I've heard about that. I'm going to have to check it out.
Foul Territory, I've done it the last 2 weekends, Fridays around 4 o'clock Central. Live chat just for fun. Other than that, check me out on YouTube. Go to my website, gizzardgary.com, and everybody, thank you for watching and joining.
What do they say now? Don't be a lizard, sub to the gizzard.
Don't be a chicken. It takes guts to protect yourself and your family.
There you go. There you go.
That's my tagline.
Yeah, and that's a good one.
I like that. That is pretty damn cool.
It's got chicken guts in it.
Yeah. We heard. Midnight, what's going on with you, brother?
You know me. Working, cooking, videotaping it every once in a while. Live chats on Sundays. I think everybody in the chat knows. They probably came from there pretty directly from for tonight. So not a whole lot going on here.
And just like always, he is trying to take over the world.
That's true. We are the world.
Don't start
Just
singing.
check out We Are the Children. Just check out the early watch. Weekdays, I always try and promote Jimmy's chat. They do a great job. Jimmy and Tony do an awesome job. Check out the early watch. Check out the Daily Show, man. Beginning of the day and the end of the day. Right there.
Okay, well.
And thanks for the link, Ellis.
Not a problem, buddy. I love having you guys stop in, say hi, spend some time with you. I consider you all dear friends. So, okay, so while we're at it, let's get this out of the way. Does anybody out in the lobby want to plug anything? Well, we might as well do this.
What the hell? Oh, yeah. Gizzard's got one out there. Gizzard's got the Indiegogo for G-Webs. G-Webs Indiegogo.
No, that's actually Night Strike's Indiegogo.
Oh, screw that.
Martin Tulsa.
Come on now. I'm sure somebody out there in the chat's got something to plug real quick. You got 30 seconds.
I really should be doing Indiegogo for gun tubes, man.
Night Strike has got so much on his plate right now. It is unreal. He's got his fingers in everything.
And everybody, I hear, Ellis.
No. You're a funny bitch.
Yeah, sometimes.
No, it's not what I heard.
Got to be good at something.
Yeah, you're the best.
That's right.
Suck the chrome off a bumper. Anyway, we're getting out of here, guys. This is going down a rabbit hole that I do not want to go down. So y'all have a good night, and we will talk to y'all tomorrow night at about 11 o'clock. Y'all take care.
Yep,
that's 11 o'clock Eastern for those of you who don't understand that I am on the East Coast.
Come and see. You got Daily Show, and then you got, I don't know what the hell else is on Mondays. I can't remember.
Matt's at 9.
Yep, you got Guns and Geeks at 9 o'clock. Ellis at 11. Daily Show at the old midnight. That's me, but that's him too.
But I ain't promising you I ain't going to go over, because it depends on what's going on, who the guest is. We could go 2 hours.
Yeah, just keep it short. You keep it short and sweet, and you can always open up another one at 1.
Yeah, whatever.
There's
okay, guys.
Enough,
we are out of here. Good night. Sleep tight. And whatever you do, don't let the Travi bite.
Ooh.